Hello, First Hour Science. This is part 2 of hydrogen. Today I'll show you an idea that could change the world forever. Water, it's not much. You might think, what's so special about water? Everything. Water is a building block of life. We would not survive without it. Like we have so much of it. It's everywhere. Exactly. What if we could use it to heat our homes or power our cars? Well, we can. You might think how? I'm glad you asked. You might remember my last SFF was on electrolysis, a process to separate hydrogen and oxygen from a water molecule. Hydrogen is the key. It allows us to use water as fuel instead of using petroleum products. Hydrogen is the simplest element on the periodic table. According to nrdc.org, hydrogen gas is composed of 2 hydrogen atoms stuck together with just 1 proton and 1 electron. This simple chemical structure is what makes hydrogen gas flammable and easy to ignite. There's something you ought to know about. This is a gas combustion engine. That was an engine that ran on gasoline. Now I'm going to show you my idea of how an engine could run on water. I'm going to show you how an internal combustion engine works. An internal combustion engine works by taking a fuel source and putting it into a piston. The piston compresses the fuel into a tight space, and you take energy from a battery to ignite a spark plug. The spark plug ignites the fuel, causing a mini explosion that pushes the piston back, that pushes the other piston up, and pumps fuel into the piston, which compresses it down again, and the spark plug ignites it, causing another explosion that causes a repeating process where they keep getting pumped and exploding, making a repeated process, and then spinning the crankshaft that goes into a gearbox, going down into the drive shaft, spinning the wheels. I think this process could run on water. And here's how. You take water from a water tank, you pump it up into another tank where you perform electrolysis that separates water into oxygen and hydrogen. And you pump the hydrogen and oxygen into 2 separate holding tanks. Then you take the oxygen and you pressurize it. Then you release the pressure, causing it to lose heat, making it very cold, which cools down the hydrogen and making it more space efficient. It is space efficient because it turns the hydrogen into a liquid. Then you take the liquid hydrogen, heat it up back into a gas, and circulate it throughout the engine. And then it works similar to an internal gas combustion engine. One thing to consider is that electrolysis uses a lot of energy. Because of this, we would need a renewable source of energy, like solar panels. The solar panels will allow recharging of the battery needed for electrolysis. There are 2 major pros about using hydrogen for energy. Because hydrogen is so simple, it has virtually no greenhouse effect when it is burned. The second pro is that water is everywhere, so you could use it as a virtually infinite fuel source, like here. I chose this topic because in the early 80s, a man claimed to have made a water car, but then he disappeared, never seen again. The end.